We're going to have some Wendy's. All I can say is, after making a mess, go watch The Shining and let's have some food. Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Taste, the show where we eat food and we talk about it. I'm your host, Rob. My other host here, my mom, you can call her Karen. And we're going to do Wendy's. So as you watched beforehand, we did compare Wendy's chicken sandwich to another chicken sandwich. But you'll notice on this series, we're going to go through all the different aspects of these restaurants. There's a lot of different things that they do, unique items they might have. And of course, we're going to touch on stuff like Dunkin' and Starbucks as well, because there's so many different types of foods out there and not a lot of it gets really, portrayed normally, right? Is that the right word?
Or talked about or eaten. I don't know, on camera.
Yeah, and it's funny because there's one item on here that I know you were excited for, me not so much, but we'll see if I actually am proven wrong. But I figured we'd give a little breakdown of some of the facts about this restaurant here. So I went to a website called thefactsite.com, and we're going to pull some of these facts off. A lot of these are pretty common knowledge, but they're still kind of cool. For instance, the franchise was named after his daughter, Wendy.
Right.
Though it sounds like it was also named after somebody named Melinda, who maybe went by Wendy. So I'm not exactly sure how that works, but maybe that was her, Oh, there we go. Yes. So she called herself Wenda, and then they changed it to Wendy. So
got it. Okay.
The first Wendy's was opened in Ohio in 1969. I believe this was a what area is that? The Midwest area.
Right.
And for those of you who don't know, they do a lot of things that are different than others don't do. For instance, the next fact is about the Frosties, which is something that they do themselves that nobody else does. And can you guess how many they sell every year if you had to just bargain a number?
A lot? I don't know. A lot.
A lot is right. 300 million, give or take.
Holy crap.
Every year.
That's
and
a lot.
Again, for those of you who have or eaten at Wendy's, you know what this is. It's a Frosty. Probably one of the best things. We're going to talk about a little bit later. And they've tried to introduce multiple flavors. However, the only two that really become popular are the strawberry and vanilla, and of course, the third one being chocolate.
So what were the other ones that never made it? Do you know?
I don't have that on the list, but I know what they try to do, kind of like what Starbucks does, where they kind of do with the season. They'll try to put out a flavor that goes with
like pumpkin spice or something.
And I think it just doesn't, yeah. Now, my favorite fact here, and this is pretty cool, I don't know if you knew this, but they were the first one to do the value meal. Now, I wanted to touch on this really quick because, in the 90s, we had the dollar menu. Well, for some reason, the dollar menus disappeared. And I actually learned that because, business-wise, it was not a good business model for them. However, it just wasn't really giving the value you expected. A dollar menu literally gave you maybe a kid's hamburger, maybe a 4-piece chicken nugget, and that's it. So they have the value menu. So some of the things on their menu, I think Dad actually has one of them. There's the Junior Cheeseburger Deluxe, which if you like all that junk on your burger. There's the Cheesy Cheddar Burger, which is kind of like a uber cheesy one. And then they have the crispy chicken sandwich that we actually ate before.
Right.
And then, of course, they have things like the potato, the chicken Caesar wrap as well. And I think I got one more we're going to do before we go into the food. They were the first one, they were not the first one to sell the square patty. That nomination, I believe, goes to, if I'm correct,
I think it
was White Castle that did it first.
But they were tiny. But they were really tiny, too.
So I think what happened there, and I know we're doing Wendy's, but with White Castle, I think what happened was they were trying to figure out a way to give the general public who was not making a lot of money, because this was back in like the 50s and 60s, when you were making kind of so much, they wanted to give you a family meal, which was a burger and a fry. And the way they did that was they had their little square tiny patties. Now, what were you going to say?
I happen to know why Wendy's did a square patty.
Oh, okay.
Because if you think about it, the squares poke out from the side of the bun, and it gives you the illusion that you got a bigger burger.
There you go. Kind of like what advertising does now when it looks like it's something when it really isn't. So There you go. That makes a lot of sense. Right. So those are some fun facts. If you guys want to check it out, we did put the link up there. But Wendy's is actually, 1969. So one of the original, I think McDonald's might have beat them out by a couple years, but I feel like Wendy's was right there afterwards. So this restaurant has now been around for what, decades? And we're going to look at the odd side of this because yes, they have burgers. Yes, they have chicken sandwiches, but they also have a few
Other things.
interesting things. Now, I'm actually very, very sad though, because one of the salads that they did have, the strawberry one, is delicious. But unfortunately, we're not at that summer peak yet with strawberries.
Oh.
So we weren't able to get it. But if you have a chance in your area to eat the strawberry one, do it. But what we do have, I don't know if you want to show yours really quick. So this is the apple pecan, and apparently it's a chicken salad. I did not realize that. I thought it was literally apples and pecans.
Yeah, no. It's got chicken. It's got a lot of really interesting things in here, and it's a size. I mean, it's a nice size, meal here.
Where they lack in their burger, I do got to say they make up for in their other side and meals here for sure. Now I know you're a salad person, right?
I am.
So would you at any point think of going to a fast food place to get a salad? Or are you like most people who go, fast food and salad don't go in the same sentence?
No, I mean, I don't go to fast food very often. I'm not a huge fan of fast food. But if I were to go to fast food, I would attempt to do what I would think is a healthier choice. And a healthier choice probably would be the salad without the dressing, right? I think one of the challenges is that people think they're getting like a much less calorie thing and then they slather all the dressing on it, which I'm not going to do. But it did come with dressing, didn't it?
It did. So we have pomegranate vinaigrette. I don't know. I don't know if I want to waste it because honestly, I'm not a vinaigrette person.
Yeah.
So I might just eat it dry like you, but I know a lot of people do like it. And this kind of reminds you of like the Panera thing, right? How when they give you a salad, they give you like a light dressing.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think these places, because there's so many sit-down fast food like Panera, are they trying to compete in an area that really isn't their competition?
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think people go there with the anticipation that they're going to, it's like a destination place, right? They go to Wendy's because they probably like the hamburgers. I don't think that people go, oh, I'm going to go to Wendy's, but they may, because we're going to taste something in a little while, which is, from what we hear, is supposed to be really delicious.
Right.
I don't know. I'm looking at it. I'm not sure. But
it's pretty sad. But
right. I don't think anyone goes to Wendy's and says, I'm going to Wendy's because I just have to have a salad. I don't think they're doing that. But it might be a family thing. So maybe mom and dad or mom and mom or dad and their kids go and somebody says, thank goodness there's a choice for me. Right.
I will give them one thing. The fact that this is on the side and the pecans, I do appreciate that, because the thing I hate is when you get something delivered like a salad and it's gooey.
Pushed up.
Ugh.
So I am going to put the pecans into my salad.
I've done that already. I learned on one of my other shows I did, pecans are actually one of the few healthiest nuts out there.
Right.
Good for mental health.
I think these are sugared though. I don't know. They take something that could.
Well, it's kind of funny how you look at what's in here and you're like, the apple is good. Let's see. Oh, Krista said she used to go to the Wendy's for the strawberry salad. There you go.
There you go. Okay, so that is a reason. So I just popped this puppy here. I'm going to go unwrap. So they do give you a fork, and if you're so inclined, they give you a fork, a spoon, a knife that's wrapped up. So Rob, why don't you take your first bite? I'm going to go ahead.
So right here, I got some chicken and some apples. So let's see how that works. I wouldn't think of putting fruit and protein together, but that's actually pretty good. It kind of gives the chicken a little bit of a. And I got some cranberry in here too.
Yeah, this is good actually, and there's a lot of stuff in here. Probably what I would do if I brought this home is I would get a bigger bowl and put the salad in there and I toss it, because right now, you're eating all the good stuff off the top, right?
Exactly.
So there's apples, there's lettuce.
We got some blue cheese, I think, in here.
Yeah, blue cheese. And what do you call it? Shreddish?
I do got to say, this is more like lettuce. It's not like that stuff they put in a sandwich, like Subway, where it's really shredded.
Right. And I'm saying there's also cranberries.
I got some cranberries in a bite. The pecans are good, but I think you're right. These are not the healthier kind. These are definitely the sugary, like candy kind of pecans.
Right. But this is decent. To be honest, this is quite decent.
You
I
know, I
really
wouldn't
yeah.
necessarily go, but I think if I didn't want it something too greasy or filling, I probably would give this a chance.
Right. All right. I'm gonna
All
put
right.
this to the side. I'm gonna finish. I'm actually gonna finish this for lunch later.
Haven't decided yet, but I think this next one I am going to finish for lunch because I actually am a fan of this. So I already opened mine up. I don't know if you have
What are
yours.
we doing next?
We are going to have the baked potato now. So
Oh, comes
this
back.
is also something that I love a good baked potato. Most restaurants, like a steakhouse or something like that, will give you a baked potato. And again, when I first saw that this was on the menu, I think this was back in college. There you go. So we got the one with sour cream and
Yeah.
chives. I didn't put the sour cream on it. It's with my digestion does not like sour cream, so I will just
Okay.
leave it there. But when I first saw this back in college, when I was at CSUN, because there was a Wendy's right there, I was kind of like, okay, I want potato. Do I really want to try it? And actually, it was pretty good. It's not good for you, but that's probably why it's so good, I
Well,
think.
I mean, why do you say it's not good for you? I mean, potatoes are pretty decent. The skin is actually the best part of the potato. It has most of the nutrients in it. Um, I- so, do you think people buy the baked potatoes, take them home, and add stuff to it, like some cheese or some bacon
Well,
bits?
so they do a few things. So I got this one because of just, general eating habits here, but they do have one that comes with chili and they have one that comes with cheese and bacon. I personally, I would not be able to handle
You're a
that.
purist. You're a purist.
I'm a purist, but I think if you were to buy just the potato like we did, you could easily put on whatever you want. But I think if you
Yeah.
want something with chili on it or whatever, you can get the already pre-made. The problem is though, is it kind of gets goopy and the potato sucks up all the stuff.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
because
take a bite.
you want to take a bite because this is kind of dry. There's no flavor to it at all. Like I feel like I need to go get some salt and pepper or something to put on here. I see some chives that are in here. I know you said that there was, but is there butter in here too? Because if there is, I don't.
There might have been, but I think it might have soaked into the.
Yeah, you know what? You really can't kill a potato. They bake the potato. I like my skin on my potato to be crunchy and crispy. When you do it in the oven.
Mhm.
But again, this is, I guess, okay.
All right, so far between the two, I think this is going to go in the bottom for me, and the
Yeah,
pecan salad is at the top.
yeah, me too.
But I think we'll push this over for a quick second, and on to the apparently most famous thing ever, which I just find it weird. Now, I have nothing against chili. Chili is good, but the last thing I would want to get, oops, there goes my fork. Last thing I would want to get is chili from a restaurant. But if you are a Wendy's enthusiast, you will know that this is like bigger than their hamburgers, right? Like this
Right.
is, and
So
it comes with crackers.
yeah, okay. So I'm. It smells good. If you like chili, this
Okay.
is what chili is supposed to smell like.
I've got to take a bite. I got to see what this is. So I got some beans, I got some meat, and then the sauce.
And I got a napkin.
Okay, you
Actually,
know what? Not actually half bad. I wouldn't say it's the best I've eaten, but I got to give them credit for
there's
this.
a
This
lot
is
of chunky stuff. I mean, there's a good amount of look at all the ground beef that's on there. So there's beef in here. There's
it looks like we
beans,
have pinto
right?
and another kind of bean, I think.
Yeah, and some chopped tomato. Oh, look, there's a carrot in here. So they must have done, put some vegetables in here as well.
To make it healthy, right? So
This is actually really good, Rob. Again, this would be a choice that if I were to go to Wendy's, I would not be buying their hamburger. I've actually, and we're not doing a taste test on the hamburger today, but it's not one of my favorites. But I might get this, and I might get this to put this on the baked potato because this would actually give it some flavor. I think the potato.
I got to say, because the entire morning I was like, this is going to suck. I'm going to hate this. I actually think I'm going to finish this. This is actually really
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
Because the problem with me, and I think it's just me because of just like how food I eat and my allergies. Usually, when you make chili, it's kind of greasy and it's got a lot
Right.
of stuff. But for some reason, this is actually very
Yeah.
thin, which is good. and it's not full of like fatty stuff. It's literally just like you said, the beef, the beans, and some vegetables.
Now,
So
when you picked this up, did you have a choice for some stuff to put on it, like some cheddar, grated
this
cheese?
one, no. The potato they do offer. This one, no. I think all they give you is the saltines to
Okay,
dip if you want. I think if you wanted to, because I know since they have chives, you can probably get a side of chives or something to put on.
or some
But I don't
cheddar
think it's part
cheese?
of exactly. But I don't think it's part of their
Yeah,
general menu. So you'd have to. It'd be like a secret menu thing. You'd have to be like, hey, can I get a cup of cheese on the
right,
side or some
right.
extra whatever?
That's
That is really good. Okay, that is.
that's good.
I now see
Can
why
we just
people.
end everything now and go and eat? I'm kidding.
All right, so the last one here, kind of a freebie. I did this because, come on now,
Cheers.
there you go. Cheers, cheers. So this is the iconic frosty. So basically, when it's not melted, we're in 100-degree California weather. When it's not melted, I would describe it as kind of like soft serve yogurt. It's very soft, but you can eat it with a spoon, which is what I actually have in here.
And I went and got a straw for this, so I'm actually drinking it. And because it's a little melty,
Oh my God, this is the best. This is like sinfully good. Whoever, like, this is something that's so simple. Like, you can make this, but for some reason from Wendy's, it's the best thing ever. I don't know why.
what flavors do these come in again? We're drinking chocolate, but it
So
also
we have chocolate, and then the one by us, at least, has vanilla and strawberry generally on their menu. Strawberry actually sounds kind of good. I didn't realize it because I didn't see it on the menu till we got there. So that's why I put down chocolate because I knew it was
right.
on the menu. And then I think throughout the year, they'll put on some flavors. I mean, you can't go wrong with basically a chocolate shake slash yogurt ice cream. It's like
Right. No, I
the
think it's
best.
really good. It's a good chocolate. I can't say it, but it's good. Chocolate-y flavored. It's really good. It's
Oh my
thick.
God, that is the best thing. Oh my God. Like, forget the rest of this. I'm just gonna eat this for lunch. That's my lunch right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a lot of good stuff on here and a lot of good things. So really, what we had, and we'll go through the nutrition really quick. So first up, we have the apple pecan. Did you want to read off the stuff? Do you want me to read it
Yeah.
off?
Well, so it has the most calories. Now, how interesting is this? The salad has the most calories and the most fat. Now, I'm
Now, do we
wondering
think that's because of
dressing,
all the stuff on top,
maybe the
or?
dressing, maybe the dressing.
Oh, okay.
And it also has the most sodium. So it has 520 calories, 23 grams of fat. Whoa, that's a lot of fat. And then 1,025 milligrams of sodium, which
I'm gonna
means,
guess that's probably the cheese, maybe.
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a lot. Okay, so the chili, which we both loved, this is a small. So I'm assuming since it says small, Rob, that you can get a larger container of this.
Yeah, so there's really only two. There's actually a small and then for some reason like super large. And fun fact here, America's the only place that does it. Other Wendy's literally have just a regular size of chili, which is probably what you should be doing because nobody, as good as this is, I don't think you need to eat like 3 times the amount of this in one sitting, personally.
No, not at all. So this is a small cup. It only has 240 calories, and this could be a meal. I think this could be a meal if you throw in maybe some garlic bread or something or whatever. It has 11 grams of fat, and the second highest amount of sodium, 930 milligrams. And I think that has to do with actually salting the chili when
I
they.
was going to say, it doesn't chili usually have a lot of sodium in it when you
Yeah,
make it anyway.
absolutely. Now we go to the baked potato, and now I didn't put sour cream on. You didn't put sour cream on. So these calories are probably not correct. It says 310 calories if you were to put sour cream and chive on it. Sour cream being the operative fat, that would go on there. So
Right.
it's going to be a lot less than that. It also has only 3 grams of fat.
Now, I want to say, because I know a lot of times when I watch a show on food, French fries at certain restaurants will have 0 grams of fat. And I think it's because generally potatoes are not, they're not uber sugary, they're not uber whatever. So I think potatoes generally as a vegetable.
Yeah, but if they're fried in oil, then you got fat there. Now, baked potato clearly is not fried; it's baked, and it just has the whatever the sour
Right,
cream
exactly.
or whatever you put in here. So it's got 55 milligrams of sodium. Again, that would go with the stuff that's going in there, the seasoning. And then
Exactly.
finally, we got the frosty. My head is covering it, but this is really good. 470 calories, 12
Not good for
grams,
you.
not good. Well, every so often, not so bad. 12 grams of fat and 292 milligrams of sodium. And that always freaks me out because where is the salt?
You know how funny it is when I see somebody say it and they're like, my Diet Coke has 50 grams of salt in there. And I'm like, why would you be putting salt inside of your soda or your shake? Like maybe it's preservative. I don't know,
I
right?
don't know. And that would be a question that we need to ask the manufacturers that actually make this. I mean, really? 292 milligrams of who knew? That's just weird. That's just weird.
So we will now, and as our decided was to find the weirdest but most delicious. And I thought it was going to be a tie, and I already had two ideas. Exactly, that was going to be my two things. But I do got to say, after eating this chili, my choice for it is I'm gonna have to give it to the chili.
I am too. I'm because the reality is, if I want a shake or ice cream type thing, I'm going to go to a real ice cream store to get the ice cream. Which I'm not going to throw any names out here, but Rob, when we get off the show, I'm going to tell you about an amazing ice cream place. But I would make this my favorite.
I think so. I think this is going to be the crown winner of the weirdest but most delicious non-normal Wendy's item.
Say
There.
that 5 times fast.
Exactly. I better way to say that, but we'll figure that out. No, so this was fun, and honestly, I do like this. Next week we have another one with the side ones as well, and you'll be surprised at some of these fast food places. They have foods on their list that you don't know why somebody's going there for that food.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you, the place we're eating next week, one of these food items does not belong on their menu, but it is.
Okay, I can
Yes.
hardly wait.
So there you go, guys. We crowned a winner, the Wendy's chili. If you guys haven't tried it, go to Wendy's, try the chili.
Yeah.
So, bam.
Delicious. So, Rob, you put together some great swagware for the taste, and each one of these items is has the actual "the taste" slogan logo on the item. So, in this case, this is a unisex tri-blend T-shirt. Unisex meaning that men and women can wear it. It's $26.99 plus shipping, but there are other T-shirts as well in your store, I know, so they can actually pick one up. Now, the way we do this is go ahead and just scan that QR code. You do that by opening up your phone and just literally putting it like in front of it, and it will scan and take you right over there. So that's kind of cool. Now, one of my favorites though is the apron. And that's because I make a mess when I eat. Like I was already like stuff was pouring down. And when I cook. So I think this is really fun, Rob, this apron. And I know it comes in different colors as well. It's $20.49. Go ahead and scan the code. You know you want to. And then always, you can't have too many water bottles, right? And I love this, Rob. You know why I like it so much? I love the stainless on the outside. I love the way it
Yeah.
pops, the logo on this. And it's a really good price point, $18.99 plus shipping. Go scan the code. And for those of you who can't start your day without a cup of coffee, well,
I'm not naming names. It's okay.
but I love this. They call it a contrast coffee mug. And that is because on the inside it's got one color, on the outside it's got a different color. Again, this is $16.49. This would make a great gift for your dad, maybe for Father's Day.
We have a couple colors on there as well. So if you don't want black, we have a few others.
So go ahead and scan that as well. But if you I got to see. I'm going to go ahead and put some comments up here as well. You like the vinaigrette dressings? They are flavorful. And you, I'm so glad you're watching, Krista. I used to go to Wendy's for the strawberry salad. So you're the one that they did it for. And
Exactly.
then finally, so you were offered cheese. All right. So
okay.
You know what? I don't think I would even mess up that flavor by putting anything on there, even some chopped onions. Normally on chili, you throw some chopped onions on it, you throw cheese on it. I don't even think I would do that.
I'm happily surprised. I definitely think if I want something that's not the normal burger and I want something new, I will go get some chili again. This was delicious. I will not overstate it, but honestly, it is good. This is really, really good.
Really, it's good. And guys, just go over to altereduniverse.live/shop. All of these items are there, as well as some other cool things that Rob has curated, some Pokemon stuff, some pet stuff, really fun stuff. So there's a theme here, stuff, good stuff. So go ahead and check out that. You've been listening to The Taste. Rob, this was so much fun. So next week we're doing something else. I cannot remember what we're doing because senior moment. What are we doing next week?
So we're going to actually hit up Burger King and
Oh.
try some of their not so normal items as well. And you're probably going to look at me like I'm gross because some of the items are a little out there. But hey, for the content, not much we won't do, right?
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys for joining us. You have a choice as to where you spend your time, and you chose to spend it with us. And we are very happy about that. Go out, give somebody an awesome day. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.